All right, back to talking about this. Doctor Who, Scream of the Shalka, talking about what happens in it. Giving some reaction. So this is with Richard E. Grant as the Doctor. And Sophie Okonedo as Alison. Make sure I said that right. Yeah. From what I'm just guessing by what it's spelled as. Sophie Okonedo. It's fun to say, really. Okay, so she was Alison in Scream of the Shalka. Okay, so Alison goes home to her boyfriend. There's a knock on the door. It's the doctor. The doctor realizes that the landline phones don't work. There are no current newspapers or magazines, and nobody is on the streets. The doctor asks them, "What have you allowed to happen here? As you humans allow so many things." Alison tells the doctor, 3 weeks ago, some kind of sound deep underground, a vibration. It was there when you listened to the pipes. It was there when you slept, right at the edge of hearing. The doctor tells Alison that he's heard the noise himself. He says, "It seems you're living above an angry landlord with a long broom handle who wants you all to stay very, very quiet." The doctor wants to know about the solidified lava that was in the shape of a person. Alison says, "That was Kim, my mate from work." That's a funny British thing. Maybe they do it in other countries, but the British call friends mates. Well, they do that in Australia too. G'day, mate. But they mean their friend. Mate. Which is kind of, it reminds me of David Tennant when he was the doctor, and he was trying to encourage Donna to be his companion, and he said, "I just want a mate. I just want a mate." Not "I just want to mate," but "I want a mate." And there's the humor comes in there with Donna's reaction to David Tennant's doctor, thinking he wants to mate with her, but he just wants her to be his mate, his friend. So that's kind of funny. Back to Scream of the Shalka. All right. Alison says that was Kim, my mate from work. She wanted to get a message out, wanted to do something. She wanted to do something. On the way home, the ground opened up and started covering her. The ground opened up and she started covering herself with lava. Just kept smearing it onto her body. She was screaming out all the time, calling out to us to stop her. We couldn't move. In the end, she didn't have hands anymore. So this sounded horrible. Sounded like a scene from a horror movie. She didn't have hands anymore. That's awful. And then she put her face. Oh, got even worse. Alison said that her mate, Kim, she said that she put her face in the lava and she just solidified. So that was awful. That's an awful story. Okay. The doctor tells Alison, I give you my word, this ends tonight. I know about monsters. Yes, the doctor does. He's had a lot of experience with monsters. There's a rumbling, and two creatures, which we will find out they are Shalka. Two creatures emerge from below, shrieking at them. So here's what the Shalka look like. The doctor takes a long object. I tried watching this a few times just to try to figure out what is the doctor picking up. It looked like, I don't know, a small table? Like a small table with a um, kind of like a part that had like a long part, and then there was like a small round flat part on top. I think that kind of small table. So it had a candlestick part of it, and then small round part. So that kind of table. I think that's what it was. So the doctor picks this up, and he knocks one of the Shalka's heads off. He knocks one of their heads off. So that's shocking that the doctor would do such a thing. He takes a tray and holds it in front of him. The vibrations from the Shalka's scream bounce back at the creature, and their head explodes. The doctor, Alison, and her boyfriend run out of her home. The doctor said he didn't kill the creatures. He said they're obviously bioplasmic. Masses of goo. Obviously. The bodies are just crusts. The scabs. They'll knit themselves back together. Their eyes don't look much use, so they probably live underground, navigate by sound, and the hoods focus a sonic weapon to stun their prey. Right now, that's you, the humans. They are the prey of the Shalka. The doctor picks the lock of the hardware shop next to Alison's home. They empty fertilizer bags into a container, then light some newspaper. They get out of the shop, and two Shalka enter, screaming, and they look at the fertilizer. And the way they were looking at it, they were like, they kind of remind me of the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Especially because they were like screaming too. Except, I don't think the Velociraptors in the Jurassic Park movies, they made a weird noise, but I don't think it was like a scream. Yeah, they had some kind of weird vocalization. Okay, so the Shalka, they come in screaming at the fertilizer. And then the shop explodes with the Shalka inside. The explosion is so big, Alison's home explodes too, along with the hardware shop. The doctor says the sonic pulse from that will stun those creatures underground. The ones in the shop will take days to reform. The doctor tells Alison, I told you this would be over tonight, and I kept my word. They say goodbye, and the doctor leaves. But then the doctor goes to where he left the TARDIS and finds a hole in the pavement where the TARDIS should be. So he can't leave after all. He says rumpty, rumpety, rumpety, which is a weird word. Rumpty. The doctor says rumpty. And then he shouts, haven't I done enough here? They're going to be fine. The doctor takes a cell phone from his pocket and calls the Secretary General. I think this is the first time that anyone's ever seen the doctor with a cell phone or a mobile phone. Because before that, I don't think Paul McGann or Sylvester McCoy or anyone or any of the doctors before that, I don't remember them ever having a phone. They did later in when they brought the show back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Had a mobile phone, or even a phone that was like maybe David Tennant's doctor, where there was a phone that was attached to the console in the TARDIS. Yeah. Okay, so the doctor he wants to talk to the Secretary General. He requests a whole team of speleologists. I'm gonna define that. Speleologists. Speleologists. Okay, speleology is the study or exploration of caves. Origin late 19th century from French speleology via Latin from Greek speleon. Cave. Speleon? Cave. Alright. So the doctor requests a whole team of speleologists. I guess that would be a good time to stop. Alright. That's enough for now.